I don't support the team, can't take directions, and my socks are never clean. Teachers dated me, my parents hated me. I was always in a fight. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. We love you. So, there has been a couple of things. I know, what is this weird title, Chavez? Yes, it is about Tanzania, and Tanzania happened to be a, what do you call it? It just happened to be a country that is opting to try to recognize Bitcoin as a legal tender, as its own, not its own currency, but it to be accepted the same way that El Salvador did. Chavez, what does this have to do with OMI and Earth 2? I hear you guys asking. Well, Earth 2 is about to have a crypto. Phase 2 is coming within the next couple of months, potentially within the next couple of weeks. Again, Shane had said that they are pushing for June. If they don't, I don't expect them to get that. If they do, great. If not, no big deal. They'll get it in the next couple of months. But just as Elon Musk and El Salvador, again, El Salvador, not a big country, and Elon Musk, I don't know how much Bitcoin people expect them to get for Tesla, but it's not a lot, and the price went up. As the price goes up for Bitcoin, so do the prices of altcoins. Now, I don't know if when phase 2 starts, Earth 2 is going to get their crypto, whether they're going to get it at all or they're going to get it at some other point. But either way, that's very, very soon. This seems to be around the greatest time in order to get one out, because I have a bunch of these countries like Panama and Tanzania specifically, about to announce Bitcoin on the, what do you call it? About to announce Bitcoin as a legal tender in their country. And outside of that, they're going to have that Bitcoin ETF be approved by October. Also, you have to keep in mind that Veve and Earth 2, both of them together, are about to go and collect data on a massive scale. Now, same thing like Facebook, Target, Dunkin' Donuts, any app that you download is going to collect data. And if it's data that is hard to get, it's hard to acquire, and remains hard to acquire, that's something that they can use to increase the value of their company, which should in turn increase the value of their OMI and collectibles, and increase the value of our tiles and NFTs that Earth 2 creates as well. Just because the bigger they are, the better it is for us. Again, this is all just my opinions, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But there's, like I said, a couple of things that I did want to go over. If that data continues, the data collection that I believe will have, or what data do we have? The buying and selling, which areas are most popular in Earth 2. Are the areas that are most popular happen to be, at first, landmarks, then in general USA, then in general South Korea. So if they do advertising, again, the only advertising they've had is so far a couple of ads on Facebook and Instagram, and that's it. They haven't advertised anywhere else. I think they are actually taking, both of these companies are taking a page out of Elon Musk's playbook where they're just not advertising. If they do start advertising, they could start advertising in South Korea or wherever, because there's so much popularity in South Korea and the US as well. And again, it's in South Korea and it's not translated into Korean. This is not translated into any other languages right now. So it wouldn't really make sense to try to advertise all over the world when you just have one language. Even though English is kind of a one world language, more people speak English than I think any other language. I think the closest would be Mandarin, would be Chinese, but that because a billion people speak that, just in China. But again, different dialects and whatnot. And then Veve, as far as what their data collection is, being able to collect which of these NFTs are most popular, which ones do they like, the interactive ones, do they like? They had to release 5. They didn't have to release 5 Batman, but they released 5 Batman for probably because the data collection that they had. Like, okay, if they put out polls or whatever, this is what they have. But these two companies not really advertising right now is insane. That advertising budget that a lot of people would put millions or tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of dollars into, they don't have to do. Like Ford has $2 billion a year that they spend just on advertising, but they don't. Tesla doesn't, because they don't need to. When you're advertising for electric vehicles, you're automatically going to go and look at Tesla. So Tesla doesn't need to advertise. And in that same breath, I think that as these companies get bigger, they won't need to advertise either. When you Google NFTs or when you Google virtual reality or virtual real estate, these two companies are going to come up. That's another reason why I'm very, very bullish in both of these companies. I went to get my trust done today, or it was supposed to be a will, but now it's got to be a trust for reasons, and it's got to be like that because of certain issues. But these guys were kind of rolling in the office like, Pokemon cards are worth that much? I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to sell them, and I told them like what I showed them exactly what Earth 2 is. I showed them exactly what Veve is. These two guys, and like, this is crazy. They're older guys. They're like older Gen X. They're not really boomers. They're in their 40s or 50s, and they're like, what is this? Like, I just like I blew their minds, and they thought it was cool. Now, did they say it was cool because I'm a customer of theirs and kind of want to have a relationship with me? Maybe, but they were more wowed than anything. So again, everyone I meet, I tell about Earth 2, I tell about Veve, and I tell them like, listen, these are some of the potentially some of the greatest companies of the 2020s. I mean, there's a potential that the greatest invention of the 21st century, hasn't been invented yet, because we're only 21 years into the century. But in that same breath, I would say that in the decade of 2020, Earth 2 and Veve, I think, might have already won the decade in their respective areas. Because again, it does take some time to grow. I can't see somebody coming out with a company in 2026 and it be the biggest of the decade. I just can't. So I think these guys have they definitely have their foothold in the 2020s, and I'll reassess in the future. Now let's see what we got here. Wow, you guys are talking. Free Aria said, what happened to Aria's Twitter? It's down. I'm not 100% sure. I'll ask him about it. I think I talked to him this morning. Again, we talk not every day, but mostly every day. I'll ask, see what happened. Smooches, how's it going, my bae? I love you. Smooches, how you doing? How you doing, my bae? Nomad with Guitar says, bet your hair. Nomad with Guitar has been commenting on my videos saying, hey, if you believe in Omi, if you believe that Omi will 10x, bet your hair. I'm not betting my hair. I'm already like $30,000 in on Omi. I'm gonna be putting another $100,000, give or take. When this card sells, I'm not betting my hair. Like, again, I would rather bet 130 grand than I would bet my hair. That's how much my hair means to me. Don't have a lot left. Rick Britt says, what did I miss? Not much. You commented like 2 minutes after I started, so you really didn't miss anything. You missed me singing Pink. What was that song? Never won first place. I forget the name of the song, but I love Pink. The Underdog says he got called out for sassively attempting to solicit. Oh my God! But yeah. So the Underdogs, he had mentioned that asking for a girl's OnlyFans, which she had an OnlyFans in a private DM. To be honest, that's just transactional. I don't really see anything wrong with that. JP says no Omi video stream, Pumpkin. No Omi video stream. This is an Omi video stream. This is an Omi and Earth 2 video stream. Celia says, good evening, peeps. Oh, Vasily, like the Omi, I love that. Vasilia. Omi Homie, Mike Jack says, what's up, Omi Homie? How's it going, guys? For those of you that don't know, that missed my stream the other day or this morning, I have 10 million Omi now. So I've crossed that barrier of the 8 figures of Omi. So I have 10 million of them. And I'm very, very excited about that. I can't wait to double and triple and possibly quadruple my holdings. It's going to be great. La Sombra says, will you be my daddy? What did Patrick say when him and SpongeBob adopted like a clam? And SpongeBob was like, I don't think you can. Speaking of Patrick, he's like, I don't think you can be a Patrick. It can be a dad, Patrick. You never wear a shirt. And he says, yeah, if I was a girl, this would be pretty gross. And then he's just like, just call me daddy. So yes, I will totally be. But if you don't got a daddy, I'll be your daddy, Lasambra. Celia said, hey JP, haven't seen you in a bit. Yeah, JP's been incognito. I've been hiding. Nomad with Guitar says, I'll be your daddy. JP says, yeah man, work's been super. Oh yeah, you did tell me about that. That work has been crazy busy. So I hope things are calming down a little bit. I hope by the I mean, I don't know what you do, JP, but I hope by, I mean, if you have a lot of Omi, like we know you have, I know you said cashing out might be a thing that you would want to do. If it reaches 10 cents by the end of the year, which I think it will, could retire by the end of the year, which I'm hoping you do. JP with the O. Cod Mobile Tay says, hi Randy, it's me, the guy with 20 million Omi. Oh, you have double what I have. I'm super jelly at you right now, but good for you. I am I'm happy for you. My friend Siobhan was messaging me before. She has her and her husband together at 5 million Omi now, and she says, "Yeah, we got all this like pretty much because of you." And she doesn't know this yet. She's watching. She lives in like the Netherlands, so she's probably not watching. Probably doing a snooze. But she's great. I found her. We found each other with Earth 2. She liked my videos, added each other on Facebook, and then she invited me and my girlfriend out there because her and her husband they do a bunch of different cool things. But one of the things that they do is collect whiskey. And she's like, "Yeah, when you come to Europe, come out here. We'll give you and your girlfriend some nice whiskey." That's assuming that Omi is a lot higher than it is right now by next year. So again, I'll reassess my value after San Diego Comic-Con and after they go on exchanges and after they see exactly what how much Omi they're leaving on the table, how much they want to burn when they switch to Immutable X over on the Ethereum blockchain. But yeah, I love my bays. Let's see though. So it's good to see you there, Omi homie. Yeah, JP's 20 million is a nice number. That's like that's real money. That's going to be real money in the future. Like again, I think what do you call it? COD Mobile Tay will probably be if COD Mobile Tay is not a millionaire already, millionaire by the end of the year. Just because again, if it reaches 10 cents, that's $2 million. 5 cents, that's $1 million. If it reaches 5 cents, which is not a lot in my opinion. My bear case is 3 to 6 cents. So yeah. Kadmo says yes. Are you dying? Nomad with guitar. I don't think. I mean, aren't we all dying every day? No. I'm pretty healthy outside of my shoulder. By the way, guys, I tried to go to the gym this morning and my shoulder was not having it. I tried to go afterwards. It's not happening. I have to go to the doctor. I don't know. It's back here. It's like back. I don't know what it is. I have to go to the doctor and hopefully not too bad. Omi to the moon. Basilo says 20 million times 10 cents is a nice chunk of cash. Yeah, $2 million hairs. COD Mobile Tay says, since I got 20 mil Omi, imagine when it gets to $1 per Omi. I think $1 is very possible by 2026. Again, that will also have to change if they leave a certain amount on the table and they grow a lot quicker than I expect them to. Figure about, $1 per Omi by 2026. I would say about maybe $3 per Omi by 2030, and then beyond. Again, depending on how many drops there are at that time. Let's say there's an average of 2 drops a week, and I mean, again, I think they have decades worth of Omi or worth of drops ready to go. They say they only have 5 or 6 years, but I think they have a lot. I think they have a lot more than that. So yeah, COD Mobile Tay, I think $5, maybe $10 by 2040. So 24 again, 19, 20 years away. 2040, that is a $10 per Omi, and you have 20 million. Even if you had sold 10 million by then, it's $100 million. Again, we're talking 20 years in the future, though. So not a terribly insane amount, but but at the end of the day, like I don't know how old you are. I'm 30, so 19 years will be 49. And that's 50 is not old. When I was in Washington last week, 2 weeks ago, my friend Ashley's parents, they're both 50. They're out there drinking, they're going to casinos, they're having a good time. Like they're all like, no, 50 is not old. 50 is not old anymore. When we were kids, it used to be old, but now it's not. Now you can start a business at 50 and be working for 10 years and then starting up. Like, I don't know, people just workhorses, man. Some people just don't. They just don't give up. They are forever young. Like, what is that song? I wanna be forever young. Thank you guys for 5 likes. That means the world to me. Yeah, Basilio. So I said $10. I think by late 2030s, maybe 2040, $10. But again, we're talking like years in the future. Again, anything can happen. You could be hit by a bus. So I mean, don't save everything for when you're 60. I would say, or 50. Live a little bit. It's not a bad idea to sell a little bit as it scales up. When it reaches 42 cents, I am gonna do a $1,000 giveaway. When it reaches 69 cents, I'll do another $1,000 giveaway. And then I'll do more giveaway. And I might even at that point, well, let's say I have 10 million now, or so at 10 cents it'd be $1 million. But again, I'm not gonna cash any of that in. Maybe if I have 30 or 40 million at that point, at 10 cents, I might sell 1 million of them if I have 30 or 40 million. I might sell a million of them, get a quick 100 grand, and then use that for the use that for the business me and Ari Realty are going in on next year. Moving on, that's a damn I wish. When it hits $1 per OMI, I'm selling half. 2026, I believe in a thing called love. I do. I think that's gonna hit there 2026. Again, if you don't know why, figure it reaches 10 cents by the end of this year and it doubles by the end of next year, going to 20 cents. So then 2023, if it grows by 50% each year after that, would be 30 cents. End of 2024 would be 45. End of 2025 would be about 66, 67 cents. And the end of 2026 would be about 99 cents or $1. So that's how I get that right now. Marcelo says, it will, man. This thing is huge. It just won't happen next year. Yeah, agreed. It won't. I mean, if we go by Taps Trades, he does this thing for a living. Real estate, stocks, I think stocks, and also crypto. But he believes that it'll get 6 to 9 cents by September. And he doesn't do his prediction for the end of the year because he believes by September, that's when we'll enter into a crypto winter. And then the crypto winter will take us downtown, like, a 60, 70%, 60-70% haircut. But again, when you have El Salvador calling this legal tender now, and then you have Tanzania about to do it probably within the next couple of weeks, Panama is probably next after that. You have a bunch of these countries going and giving the middle finger to the International Monetary Fund, to the U.S. State Department, be like, yeah, we'll still use the dollar, but yeah, we're going to use Bitcoin also. The world is changing very, very quickly, and I think if this is the lowest, if we've seen the low of Bitcoin at $30,000, yeah, this is going to be an insane crypto summer. And if that Bitcoin ETF is approved in October, super cycle to the moon, to the heckin' moon. COD Mobile Tay says, I got enough OMI, though I don't think I'll buy anymore. Which is fair. If you have what you want and mentally you're good. COD Mobile Tay also says, so I'm going to sell 10 million at $1, 5 million at $5, and 5 million at $10. That's, yeah, so at least you have some plans there. I don't know, what do you do with that money? Me, I'll sell a little bit I'll sell $1 million at 10 cents, just get $100,000 for that business for next year, and then figure if I have anywhere between 29 and 39 million OMI after that. I'd probably next time I would sell is maybe sell another million OMI at like 50 cents. So this way it's 500,000. And yeah, that would make sense because when I do that, that's just enough to buy a plot of land in Madagascar. Specifically, it's a wilderness area specifically for philanthropic purposes. Yeah, I would do that. And then every so often I would do that as well. I would sell it in lots of 500,000 just to buy more wilderness areas, buy all of Madagascar. No, just enough so I can try to save them all, save the animals. JP, my man has 127.5 million. Let's see what it does end of year. I'll take profit, but no need to dump. Good man. So if you take profit, let's say you put in let's say $250,000. You need to put in dump 2.5 million. So if you dump 2.5 million at the end of the year to get your initial investment back, then you still have 125 million. JP, you're insane, and I love you. You're a hero of mine. You and Investor Ali, you are the only two that I know that I think have over 100 million OMI. Or maybe Alex does too. Investor Ali has got 50. I'm not sure, but yeah, you guys are heroes of mine. Yeah. Codwell says should be a few years from now. yeah. JP puts us to shame. So figure with 125 million left after 10 cents. Let's say by the end of 2022, you sell when it's 20 cents, you sell another, let's say 2 million. So 2 million at 20 cents. So you're looking at about $4 million. Yeah, I honestly, JP, you've been really busy, and I don't know how old you are. I think you're a little older than me. Go and retire. Don't work. Like you have more than enough. Again, this is just my opinion. Travel, do what life has to offer. Life is so precious. Go and come see me in New York. We'll go grab a hotel. We'll get some daddy sodas. We'll do a live stream together. I'd love to do an interview with you. It's like your mindset on why you put that much in at that time, what your mindset was as it went down, as it went up. Just I understood you were sweating as the order was filling, and then just see, yeah, just interview like how you got there and your plans are. That'd be really fun. Um, JP says, like I said, everyone's bag is different. 20 million is still a good number. Yeah, 20 million is great. Even 10, like even I have 10 million. Even honestly, guys, even if you have a million, even if you have 500,000, 500,000 OMI, and which costs what, like $1,100. You have 5,000 OMI. I'm sorry, 500,000 OMI. When it gets to 10 cents, that's $50,000. That's again, that's a lot of money for a lot of people. You can get a car, put a down payment on a house, and that's it. And maybe that's the best anyone's ever done in your family. Maybe that's it. Maybe a lot of people, they just, your grandparents immigrated here, and your parents, maybe they didn't go to college, maybe they just graduated high school, and they live in paycheck to paycheck, kind of the working poor, working middle class, lower middle class, and you're the one like that'd be like, you're the one that goes, even with $50,000, first one to buy a house, first one to, or even if you have $1 million, a million of them at $100,000. Okay, well, buy a house for your mom or dad, something like that. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't take that much, I think, to in a few years be able to really make really change your life. Codmo says, I'm 16 years old. You're 16? Oh! Dude, you are gonna graduate high school, and people are gonna be asking you like, "Oh, so what are you gonna go to college for, little Cod?" And like, I'm retired. Like, I'm just doing this for fun. Yeah, wow, that's insane. Again, in 2 years when you graduate, can I come to your graduation? Can we like all right? Can we all, Cod? Where you at? Can we all go to your graduation? And like when they say, "Cod, all right, congratulations, Cod Mobile Tay," and then we go like, "Yeah," we have air horns like. Sorry, my my landlord's gonna be like, "What's she doing down there?" That'd be great. Oh, can me and Smooches go to your prom? So, Cod, I asked I asked Smooches on prom date. You're my ticket. You're my ticket in. Nisa Games says, comments for the algorithm. Why, thank you, Nisa Games. Watching from work, so technically getting paid to chill. Lone wolf style. Why, thank you, Nisa Games. Grillmaster420 says, hey, Randy, did you see that I, Willie Malik, used his card for shopping or works? It's a real thing, not a scam. So apparently, I, Willie Malik, who is on the leaderboards for Earth 2, has gotten a card. I don't know if it's Revolut or if it's an Earth 2 card, and he's using it for shopping. I don't know. I still don't know how a bunch of these people still say that Earth 2 is a scam. Like, I don't understand that. There's so much proof that it's not. But I think some people just like to be negative. I think some people just like to hate on things, and yeah, it's really weird. I've seen that plenty of times where they're almost happy about bad news. Like why? Oh my God! Like I like being around happy people. Like if you're in a bad mood all the time, probably there's a reason for it. Probably your life's not that good. Maybe you're unsatisfied with certain things. But I like being around happy people. And if you're negative all the time, that's I feel like people who complain a lot are like just people like be dealt with. But people who are just happy despite, like, again, I've been in Kuwait and I've seen like the third world that's there. Obviously, there's first world that's there, but there's a third world as well. Guys working like 16-hour days, sleeping on cots, and they're happy. They're happy because they have a job. They're happy because they get food in their stomach. They're happy. Yeah, some people are just happy to have that. So when I get into like a bad mood, when I get into something where I'm getting really down for whatever reason, I like to think of Toru Honda. Story of Toru Honda, girl that her mom had died when she was younger, and she was living with her grandpa, but her grandpa was doing some construction on the house, and she's like, hey, can you stay with any one of your friends? And she was going to stay with her friend Arissa, who was kind of a really small place. Her and her dad were kind of always fighting already. And then she was going to stay with her other friend. God, what was her other friend's name? I forget her name. We'll call her Goth Girl for now. But there was like 5 people living in her house, and she just didn't want to be a burden. So she went in the middle of the woods. She set up a tent, and she camped down by a river. And she did that for a while until another family took her in. But I was like, okay, I have a house. I have a place to sleep. I have food whenever I want. Like if I am, well, I don't have a house, it's an apartment, but If I'm ever feeling down, I just try to remember that story of like, okay, this girl had literally nothing. Like she had stuff, like she had a tent, no place to go. She was working, she was going to school, and just if she can be happy, then I can be happy. No reason for me to be sad. Again, just my opinion. Smooches needs a grill. Oh, Smooch is saying needs a grill master. Smooches, we got to go to COD Mobile Tay's his prom in a couple of years. Kyle says, "What's the business with you and Aria? I want to be in if possible, and has a good plan behind it." So, COD, right now it's just me and him. We do have my friend Sue might come with us. We're both veterans, me and him, so we have access to the VA home loan. In the U.S., I'm not sure where you're at in the world, but the VA home loan is something where you don't have to put any money down. There's no PMI. That's a private mortgage insurance, and yeah, so you only get, and in Florida where we're gonna go, you don't have to pay state taxes on your house if you're a veteran. So it's like, okay, wow, this is great. So no money down, no state taxes, and and he's got like perfect credit, so we can lock in a really good interest rate. So we would both buy either a duplex or a triplex, one each, and then we would rent it out. And we're using his credit and my capital to do that. And then my friend Sue might come in as well because she's got decent credit as well. And we might use, again, my money again to buy another place. And we would just use my money to cover the rent or cover the mortgages while we're waiting for tenants to come in. So we would get one place down, two places down, and then my friend Sue might come in for the third place after we have those two places down, families in there, what have you, so we can get the third place as I have money coming in. Yeah, I mean, if you want to maybe try to be like a property manager, collecting rents, maybe. I don't know where in the world you are, but yeah, you seem like a good kid. After reading your lines that you're working on there, but you seem like you hustle. Nisa Games says me too. Oh, Rick Britt says Nisa Games me too. Lucio says, anyone get caught up with the Binance fiasco? I heard about that. Oh yeah, you told it to me. So apparently, what Binance had done. Honestly, I watched a little bit of the story where there are things similar to buying on Ledger, buying on margin. They have called, let's say, Litecoin, light up and light down, where it's basically a CDO where you are betting that Litecoin goes up. So you're not just buying Litecoin. You're taking a side bet saying that I bet that Litecoin goes up. And then another one saying I'm betting that this bet works out. And that bet that this works out is that Litecoin goes up. And that works out great when you have that amazing run with crypto, but it works out horrible when Bitcoin goes from 65,000 to 30,000. All the other altcoins just go down with it. So people lost all their money. People got screwed, and that's happened with buying on margin, buying on leveraging. I would never do that. I would never ever do that because you can lose all your money very, very quickly. Grandmaster Wallace says, "Hi, the real Randy Chavez. What's this about Tanzania?" Okay, so if I haven't mentioned that, I'll mention it again. Or I mentioned it before. I'll mention it again real quick. So Tanzania is a country that is right now proposing. The president told their legislator or their treasury is like, "Hey, get ready for Bitcoin. Don't be unprepared. Be prepared." Because they're going to announce Bitcoin as a legal currency, as a legal tender there, probably in the next month or so. Definitely before the end of the year, but they're going to follow in El Salvador's footsteps. And what that means is that just, again, it's going to be, one, it's going to put more pressure on other places. Where's Tanzania? Is that Africa? I'm not even 100% sure. But it just puts pressure on more places to do that as well. And the last time that happened, El Salvador went up 10%. That in conjunction with Elon Musk saying like, yeah, we're going to set Bitcoin again soon. So it jumped 20% just on those things. So you could say El Salvador was 10% of that, figure half. Tanzania would probably be something similar, might go up another 10%. And now there's that, or even if it's at 5%, if there's a 40,000 going up another 2%, or going up another 5%, going up another couple grand. But yeah, 10% would be nice. Do an extra 4K there. Is OMI officially associated with Earth 2? No. No, it's not. So more about the Tanzania real quick. As that does happen, altcoins will go up, and this if Earth 2 crypto comes out within the next couple of weeks, it'll just ride the wave that everyone's going on. I don't think it'll come out for the next couple of months, but again, it's possible this month. But no, Omi is not associated with Earth 2. 3-8 blackface. Black Ace. JP says, oh, you're 36. Oh, you're young. Then my plan is to retire and never work again. I work with individuals with autism. Definitely for the interview. Yeah. So you're down for the interview. Yeah, I was sucking up all the sell orders, making it go from 0.0035 to 0.0048. It was crazy. I remember seeing that. It's really fun when you go and say like, hey, remember when Omi did this? And be like, where were you when Omi did that? I was here. I was like, I'm thinking like, oh my God, I knew you were doing that too. I was like, oh my God, should I get in now while he's trying? Like, so it doesn't go to like 0.0075. Because it went up to that, like I think actually 0.005 at one point. And then it went back down. I was like, oh, all right. It was just a quick spike going back down. Because a bunch of people were selling at that point. I guess a bunch of people had gotten in at that time, or they had gotten in at 0.005. And when I saw it go down, they're probably like, oh no. When it went back up, they're probably like, okay, I'm out. And I just sold there. But it shook out a lot of paper hands. As that goes up like that, people that bought in down here, or even bought in where it went up to, they'll sell at that point because they don't like how what it's doing short term. So yeah, got out a lot of paper hands, which is great. I plan to do that as soon as I sell this card. I can't wait. So yeah, so JP, I love the work that you do with that. That's really cool. I mean, you probably. I wonder how many you said kids or people with autism. Is it individuals with autism? I guess they'd probably be maybe like a little bit extra help with things. Do any of the people you work with, are they like, oh, you can do that? Like my friend Thomas has autism. I forget what type he has, but he can memorize any movie after 1950. He knows who directed it. He knows who was in it, and he knows like where they've worked in with other things. And it's like, oh my God, like it's a walking Wikipedia for movies. So yeah, and then obviously you have Elon Musk with Asperger's, who's smartest man on the planet. John Doe says cash out at 100K worth of Omi and dump into Pancake Swap. Don't spend any of it. Yeah. So what I might do when I sell the card is because Pancake. So all of these, we were going over this morning. So for those of you that missed it, Pancake Swap, or let's start different. Ethereum, you can stake it and get 6% on your money. 6% is pretty good. CRO is double that. CRO, you get 12% a year. So if you put in $100,000, you're getting $1,000 a month. You get $12,000 a year, which is because again 12%, which is insane. But Pancake Swap pays you 109% a year. Let me say that one more time. Pays you 109% each year. That is bananas. You're doubling your money. If Pancake Swap still has that by the end of the year, yeah, I'll sell 2 million Omi, and I will, because that's just bananas. And you get paid daily. I think you can set it up for weekly, but yeah, you get paid daily. So it's like put 100 grand in. That's $200 a day. You know, because you're getting what is that? You're getting 2 grand a week, which is just bananas. That's bananas. That's literally bananas. That's more than most people make in a year. 100,000. That's just absolutely insane. Basilio says COD is an inspiration. Yeah, COD's my hero. 16 years old and already has 20 million. Like that's now again, like that's $4,000, and you know that's, I don't want to say easy to do, especially when you're in school, but that is do, like a lot of other people can do that. I mean, most of them don't, because a lot of people, you know, at that time you're trying to chase girls, you're trying to go out and have a good time with your friends. COD is very, in my opinion, has the foresight to know, oh, I see what the real Randy Chavez did after he got out of the military, and he grinded for 4 years, retired by 30. He knows that he can do that as well. If he just does what I do, one day he'll have what I have, and even greater, because he's starting so young. I'm almost double his age. If he grinds right now for, honestly, he could be done grinding. Like he doesn't need to anymore. But just, he knew that if he grinded, if he made this investment, the potential payoff is huge. I don't know how long he had to grind for 4 grand. Figure, I don't know. Let's just say we're looking at like a target. Let's say, what is it? $15 an hour, $10. Let's say $10 an hour. Let's say even still, like in a summer, let's say making like $400 a week, making like, figure 1,600. Yeah, grind a whole summer and maybe you can get that. Which again is so much respect. Giving up what you have to give up at that age to get that money. Or for all I know, it could have like get an allowance. That's for all I know, he could be coming from a pretty decent family. I don't know COD, but Smooches says LOL. John Doe says COD's graduation is the new Adrian's kickback. I don't get that reference, but yeah, let's go to COD's graduation. Let's go to COD's what do you call it? Dancing prom. I wonder if he's ever seen is that Kevin Bacon movie where it teaches everyone how to dance? Footloose. Yeah. Vazela says, haha, they will call him by his YouTube name. We're gonna call him by his YouTube name. John Doe says, IRS is coming for Earth 2 cards. I wouldn't think so, because it's such a low amount. I don't think the IRS would come for that. Whoever made money with it, should you include that on your taxes? Yes, you should include everything on your taxes because you want to pay them. But if you didn't, IRS ain't coming for you unless you made like $20,000 with it. Smooches says, kind of past prom season. Maybe they will have a ball at the E2 summit. Well, prom season is past right now, but when he has his prom in like a year or two, I think that's our chance. But what you say might have some merit. They will have a ball at the E2 summit. We have to decide where that is. I don't know if it's going to be in Vegas or Smooches. Where are you at? I'm in New York, but I won't be in New York for that much longer. Maybe for the rest of the year. We'll probably go to Florida. Vegas would be fun to go to. I guess if I have to come back to New York, I'll come back to New York. If anyone wants to go to my going away party, you totally can. It's in New York. Message me for details if you want. Foxe says, with the recent hate on E2, are you still as bullish as usual? 100%. Again, when you run into enemies, you're going the right way. With each passing day, it just reaffirms my belief in Earth 2. And the biggest one was when, I think it was My Name is Human podcast, or no, it was E2 News, I think, or it was one of them. It's in one of my videos where it's got the South Korean flag and it says the rise of South Korea. And Earth 2 Gaming, or the interview that they did with Amy 2 and a couple of other their big players on there from South Korea, again, just from them saying that what they plan to do with them, and I think Ziggurat City was mentioned in there. Chavez wasn't mentioned. I'm a little salty about that, but I digress. Yeah, this is going to be huge. That every day just reaffirms my belief more that Earth 2 is going to moon. And again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Honestly, the biggest fear, the only worry I have is if the gameplay comes out and it's like, okay, it's like, oh, well, I mean, again, it'll get better as time goes on because, parts of Phase 2, then parts of Phase 3, and then DLC, continue on forever. But yeah, I am more bullish now than I was when it first started. It's kind of like, if anyone remembers that episode of House where Taub is talking to some Arab guy where they're having, like, he's gonna marry this girl, marry this person, and he's never seen her before. And, Tao goes to him, like, listen, like, how, he's like, listen, I love my wife just as much today as I did on our wedding day. And you can see that Tao meant it. And then the Arab guy who was marrying this girl that had never seen her before, he says, well, shouldn't you love her more? And I was like, oh, that's a good question. And so not saying that Earth 2 is like as sacred as marriage. For me, it is. But it's to say that I love it more now than it did when it first came out. And I think that's the mark of a good game. I love Pokemon and Star Fox and Mario. I love these things more than the day they first came out. SpongeBob, I love the old school stuff. I definitely appreciate a lot more, but the newer stuff, it's not as good. Yeah, I think that's the mark of something really great, is if you love it more now than when it first came out. And that's why. I hope that answers your question. John Doe says, you should make it a veteran-only business and try to recruit as many veterans as possible who need jobs. Probably a good idea. Well, like I said, our friend Sue, who's a vet, also, we can do it with her. It's possible I do it with my friend Brian at some point as well. But he's out over in Colorado right now. He seems to have a good life. I don't think, excuse me, I don't think he would want to go to what do you call it, to Florida. But speaking of which, I missed my 30-minute Patreon member shout out. And I proudly stand up next to you. And oh God, I forgot that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've disgraced our nation. Oh, dishonor on me, dishonor on my cow. I'm just gonna do more Pink. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Get this party started on a Saturday night. I'll be okay. Wow, I really gotta go over song lyrics a lot more. JP says there was a lot of selling pressure at that level. At the 0.005 level? Yeah, probably. Don't be a David Rosen scammy. I'm not sure who David Rosen is. How I Made says can't beat Cake because it's back. Yeah, that's true. It's backed by Binance. So Cake Swap, again, when I sell that card, I might actually put in. No, I have to get Omi first because even if I put in 100 grand into Pancake Swap, yes, it's an extra 100 grand over a year, but it only doubles, and I can't believe I'm saying that where something only doubles. But yeah, I'm that's why I'm probably only going to put, let's say, out of 200 grand, I'm going to get more than that, but out of 200 grand, I'm only going to put 75 grand into Bitcoin, and I'm going to put 125 grand into Omi because Omi is going to a lot more than double. And when it reaches 10 cents, I might sell 2 million, put 100 grand into Pancake Swap, put 100 grand into the business that I have for RA Realty next year. JP says, the kids I work with are more behavioral than the nice regular kid with autism. Kids who have aggression, self-injury, elopement, property destruction, and some other behaviors. Wow. So definitely thank you for that, for working with those kids and or those people. And I imagine you probably take a fair bit of abuse. Yeah. Train your replacement really well. So you have a couple months before you retire. Are you going to tell anyone you retire? What I actually want to do one day is work at like a Target or a pizza place. I used to work at a pizza place, and I want to work there for like a month or whatever, and just be like kind of by myself, just kind of just do my work, keep my head down, and then have people know I was in the military, and then one day rent like a chopper and have somebody come in the choppers, people with black suits and sunglasses, and be like, Chavez, some emergency, we need you. And then I'll be like, listen, and I'll just talk in like a real gruff voice, but yeah, listen, I'm done with that life. You know, I'm here. I'm working at Target. I got a dog now, and then he'll say like, they're like, but we need you, Chavez, and I'll be like, listen, can you get like Harnish or Bickham to do it or whatever? And they'll say like, but Chavez, they have Bickham, and then I'll be like, my God, man, and I'll be like, going into C5. I'm not sitting in C17. I'm not sitting in C135, something like that. And then they take me in the chopper, and my coworkers like, what in the fudge was he? That'd probably be a really big waste of money. I do want to get a chopper eventually because driving into Brooklyn sucks so much donkey. But because it's I hate that a lot. Thank you guys for 10 likes. That means the world to me. Driving to Brooklyn sucks. Never do. After my girlfriend moved out, I'm never doing that again. Never, ever. How I Made says it was around 147 APR. Oh my God. But still, it's back. Even still at 109%, it's still ridiculous. The fact that it was 147 is ridiculous. But I'm gonna have to take a look see at that. But hopefully it's still 109 by the end of year because I'll definitely do that. Fox says, by the way, BAT, Basic Attention Token, is creating a DEX, which is a decentralized exchange, that will rival PancakeSwap because Brave has 33 million monthly users. Definitely worth looking into. Good call, Foxy. Good call. Might have to do that. Nomad with Guitar says, PancakeSwap, 109% a year. What's the catch? Nothing in this world just gives away money like that. It sounds too good to be. No, it is. And a lot of places have that just because they want the liquidity, just because they want the people to work for it. That's is it proof of stake or proof of work? Whatever it is, that's why. That's why they have that. And again, the reason I haven't done it is because I believe that again with that you're just going to double your money, and I can't believe I'm saying you're just only going to double your money, but Omi and Bitcoin I see going a lot higher than just doubling.
Bitcoin I see 4xing by the end of the year minimum, and then OMI I see even 10x is going to 2 cents. I think it's going to 10 cents. So you heard it here first. It's going to do a lot more than that. Oh, Smooches, you're an NC. When I go down to Florida, if I have my Cybertruck by that point, I'll drive down to you, and then or I'll drive down. We still don't know where COD is, but I'll drive down and I'll do a hop, skip, and a jump over to you, and I'll go out for grown-up beverages and stuff. Yeah. How I Made says no catch for staking cake. It has a good staking use case. Yeah, agreed. There's no catch. So, yeah, a lot of things in this world that they're not. My parents actually, when I was in the high risk lending business, I was saying, all right, well, guys, like, this is what I'm doing. You do it, and they're like, well, what making 24% on your money each year sounds like a scam. It's like no, it's high risk. The same as high risk credit cards can be up to 24.99%. But even with interest on cars, I saw in the military, go up to like 28%. That they charge you, which is ridiculous. And they're like, listen, sounds too good to be true, probably is. And then my dad's just like, yeah, they're just reeling you in. I was like, no, like I see it there. I see it. It's, I'm opening up my own company underneath there. And I don't know whether it's just because they were boomers or they just didn't believe in me. I don't know. Probably the latter. Probably both. Well, who's laughing now? I am. JP says, David Rosen is someone who comments on every Akomi video and calls it a scam. He's commented on your videos, Cavell's, Hello K, dude's a joke, but it's funny. He comments in every video. Maybe I do recognize the name now. I don't know why. Maybe he works for another NFT place, maybe like Top Shot, or what's that one called, Trua, or like Decentraland or whatever. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why people like take something that's really good and try to like break it down. Obviously something's going wrong in David's life where he's got to comment on every video calling it a scam when it's clearly not. I don't know whether that's just a sign of the type of intelligence he has or lack thereof, or it's just a type of him just being a very negative person, and maybe that's how he gets his rocks off. I don't know. JP says, I'm going to lay low, buy a regular house, buy a new Subaru. No need to flash cash, just invest in the stock market with cash and pull 2 to 3% each year. Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, if you're just going to pull 2 to 3% each year, honestly, probably S&P 500. Average 9 to 11% a year. So the SPY or the VOO, they give that. Not what I would do because I'm growing right now. I'm just in the middle of trying to make more money. But if I ever had, like $100 million, maybe that's something I'd do. Maybe something that gives out a dividend. Johnson & Johnson gives like a 3% dividend, and Johnson & Johnson's everywhere. Johnson & Johnson's literally in every single store you see. So that might be an okay idea also. Well, I think SPY gives a dividend also. So yeah, any one of those, if that's your idea, that's probably what I would do. I wouldn't do anything with like a high yield treasury bond because again, the inflation's a lot, and if you're only getting like 1.8% in a high yield treasury bond, I wouldn't do that either. To be honest, I probably wouldn't even do the S&P 500. I'd probably do staking. That's probably what I do. Probably Ethereum or yeah. I definitely get a trust also. The lawyers I was talking to today were advising me to get a trust because if you get just a normal will, it's taxed a lot more heavily on it than a trust, and it costs a lot more money to amend it every time you want to make an amendment. Whereas a trust, it's a lot more flexible. So that's what I would do, but definitely talk to an accountant and lawyer. How I Made says, Cake's contracts have been audited and backed by BNB to rival Uniswap. Poor people like us can make gains on Ethereum, but it does cost $10 to $100 to execute a transaction doing yield farming. Good info, How I Made. Good info. But yeah, that's why I like PancakeSwap as well, just because it's backed by BNB, and yeah. So I can't wait. Everyone do the monkey with me. Oh, and remember Johnny Bravo was like, do the monkey. I'm just very excited for it. I'm excited to where life is going, and I have to tell my friendship. I have to tell a bunch. I might do a whole video on the PancakeSwap and staking. I do have to learn more about it though, because I have read that if you can explain it like someone else's Five, or if you can explain it like somebody else's Homer Simpson, then you don't know it well enough. And I don't think I know it well enough yet in order to make a video about it. Frisco saying, my man Randy saying, I'm the best. Thanks, Frisco. Thanks. You're the best too. JP says I can easily pull 60 grand net indefinitely each year once it reaches near 10 cents. I want to dump, but I also don't want to poop on investors. Yeah, I agree. I get you. But even just selling a million, I don't think will be that bad. Million for 100 grand, or 2.5 million at 250 grand. I don't think that's really going to affect the market. Well, it might. It might. Well, when is that 10 cents? It might not. It did a lot when it was at 0.003 cents. When it's at 10 cents, it might not that much. You might see a big red candle on there, but that'll be absorbed. That should be bought back up pretty quickly. When something goes down like a certain amount of percent is usually when I buy, like on the dips. Like again, even when Tesla, when it went from like 880 to like 800, like, well, it went down 10%, buy. Went down to 730, buy again, and then I was buying all the way down to like when it reached like 440, and then now it's back up. It's like 600, or I think it actually went down today. I think it's like 597, something like that. Foxy says, also, another of my weird investments is with the unstoppable domains. They're decentralized website like crypto, x blockchain, wallet, etc. that you can buy and use as a website. Oh, that's a really good idea. I might have to look into that as well. Again, so much information is given to me on a daily basis. I actually don't have time. Like I honestly almost never look for new information by myself anymore, unless like sometimes at night after I get done streaming, I brush my teeth, I get in bed onto my little mattress, and I'll just be on like Reddit conspiracy theories for like 2 hours. I'm like, oh my god, this and that, and then I'll that's the only time I'll do research on my own. For the most part, information flows to me. I have so many people send me so many things, and I love that. Because like you guys remember when Spider-Man goes to Jamie Foxx, like, hey, you're my eyes and ears out there. Like literally, you guys are my eyes and ears. I feel like Sauron, where my eye sees all, whether it's in Earth 2, whether it's in Veve or Omi or any type of crypto. You guys ask me to look at stuff that you think is potentially viable, and sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But I never have a slow down day where somebody doesn't message me something about something else. Where again, sometimes it's really good, like Solana or CRO, like Linux and Raythax had mentioned. Sometimes it is people talking about Sheeb or Elon Doge. Like, okay, guys, it's definitely not something I would go into. But yeah. Brendan Z says, "What's popping tonight? Been loaded with college." What's up, Brendan Z? We are somebody younger than you. This guy top cod something 16 and is he's got double the amount of Omi I have. He's crazy. He's a mad lad, and we love him. And yeah, just talking about Omi, but really just Tanzania and the amount of also data collection that Earth 2 and Veve have the potential of getting. If they're getting data that's hard to get, like what places are people interested in virtual real estate and virtual reality? Because again, you have Decentraland and My Neighbor Alice and Upland and Veve, all of these different places, but they, like Minecraft and Roblox, but they're all in their own universe. Nobody's ever done a one-to-one thing of Earth before. Earth 2 is the first one to do that. So the data that they're collecting right now is invaluable. And Veve, where they're going with so many different licenses, so many different things, the data that they're getting on which is most popular for these brands, again, is invaluable. And that's going to just make the companies worth so much more, in my opinions. Nomad with Guitar says, LMFAO, James Bond? James Bond. Wait, who's James Bond? Am I a James Bond? Oh, I don't know. I missed that reference. How I Made says, it runs on Binance, smart chain with 21 block producers, which basically hand-selected by BNB, so it's centralized. Unstoppable Domain runs on Zil. People buy domains now and sell later for profits. That makes sense. Again, I don't want to put my hand into too many things. Again, I still get calls from my older clients on the high-risk lending business, and I get, what do you call it? And I get still have a couple of Pokemon cards that I'm selling for the Pokemon business, so I can buy more of this Omi and Bitcoin and all that, and Pancake Swap at the end of the year. Can't wait. How I Made says, yeah, Unstoppable Domain runs. Okay, gotcha. JP says, nah, he's a salty boy who bought at the top. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I think I did see his comment on one of Cavell Anderson's videos, saying like, yeah, this coin does nothing but go down. And then somebody had called him out. I was like, oh, yeah, like, you bought at the top when. It's a weird way of saying you bought at the top and have paper hands. Yeah, again, this happens once in a while. This happens in stocks. This happens in coins. This happens everywhere. Sometimes you just have a sell-off. It happens. It's nobody's fault. It just happens. JP says he put it in the comments. Everyone was just like, hold, hodl, gotta hodl. Hodling is, again, for the new people that are on here, wealth is not transferred from the poor to the rich. Wealth is transferred from the impatient to the patient. And that's something, the sooner that people learn that, again, E-Trade did a study a couple of years ago, which accounts made the most money, which accounts had the most gains. It wasn't the day traders. It wasn't even people that were experienced in, buying and selling and whatever. It was people that had died. Why was it people that had died? Because they didn't try to get cute and they didn't try to sell down here, sell up here and buy down here. No, they had died, so all they could do was hodl because they're dead. And their accounts went up the most. So take a lesson from our elders, take a lesson from the dead, and hodl. You'll see peaks and valleys, but if you're buying and investing in good quality companies, go to the moon. Again, just my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Shane Bleakley says, I'm going for the Tanzanite in Tanzania. See you on the moon. See you on the moon, Shane Bleakley. See you on the moon, brother. JP says, S&P is about 7 to 10% each year, and the dividends are between 1 and 1.5%, I believe. I'm good with a low-risk investment if I'm already a millionaire. No need for a helicopter on my end. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of other things that, a good store of value. Honestly, Bitcoin is probably going to be one of the Bitcoin or even old school gold, but Bitcoin is probably going to be one of the best stores of value. Where it's volatile, but if you want something stable, trying to think something that's super stable. Again, even the dollar, that so many trillions of dollars are printed every year. I don't know what I would have as far as something that would be more stable. Again, the S&P. If the inflation rate's more than 10%, then probably not. Yeah, again, obviously all for you, 10 million in my checking account, LOL. Yeah, so at 10 million, I'm not sure what I do. Again, I don't have that money yet, and my end goal is a lot different. Well, I don't know what your end goal is. My end goal is to probably die with less than $1 million. I just want to put in money everywhere. I just want to buy so much land for those animals. That's pretty much what I want to do. At the end of the day, I did. When I was going to do my will, which is now going to be a trust, it wound up being like 20 names that I had on there of people that is just, I'm giving people like 2.5% of my net worth. And like, okay, well, right now, that's not a lot. Right now, selling everything, 2.5% of, let's say 500,000 to make it easier. Okay, so 10% is 5,000, 5% is 2,500, 2.5% is literally $1,250. People are getting like a stimulus check. If they do that right now at 2.5%, it's not a lot. But oh no, 10% is 50,000. I'm sorry. So 5% would be 25,000. Oh, so 12,500 if I die now, they would get that. So that's a decent amount. But when I'm worth $1 million and it's $25,000, or when I'm worth $10 million and it's worth 250,000, that's a little bit more. That's things that people can do stuff with. Moving on. Crystal Stroud says, dang, hour late. Stream seems strong, though. Yeah, the stream is pretty good, Crystal Stroud. Going over Tanzania, how they're going to approve crypto as a currency probably in the next couple of months, and how that's good for Bitcoin. Or I'm sorry, that's good for OMI. That's good for Earth 2 when their crypto comes out. And then just the data collection that Earth 2 and OMI are going to have is going to make it more valuable. And Earth 2 is probably going to go public at one day. Probably mid to late 2020s, they'll probably go public. Veve, I don't know if they'll want to go public. I like that they're vertically integrated, but again, we'll see. JP says, yeah, I'm like the complete opposite. I want to just exist and be free and never work again. Love what I do, but I just want to wake up and have endless possibilities. Traveling is good. Traveling is fun. You can get addicted to traveling. Definitely try a sensory deprivation tank. Those things are really boss. Sensory deprivation tanks, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's basically you're in like a giant pod, almost like an adult-sized kiddie pool. I don't know if that makes sense. A kiddie pool that's kind of just for your ankles, but it's really, really big. It's really, really large. It's like a 12 by 12. So you can't really touch either side. It's very dark in there. there's no sound, and the water conforms to your body temperature, so you don't feel it, and it's packed with so much Epsom salt that you're just automatically floating. So most of your senses are gone, and you can trip in there. It's an intense form of meditation, and I love it. I recommend it to everyone that I know, that whether they need an intense form of meditation or not. I love it so much. Oh. I'm just a kid and my life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid, I know that it's not fair. Nobody knows cause you're alone in the world is. So that is my Patreon member shout out for an hour. So for those of you in Earth 2, and my referral code down below, get 5% back on your money, get me 5%, works out great. JP says, I wake up, go drive to Baltimore, wake up, fly to Cali, book a hotel, just random things. I don't want to be tied down at all. Yeah, that's, so Baltimore, Maryland, Baltimore, if you probably fly into BWI, Baltimore, Washington International, some of the best crab cakes in the world. I go down there as often as I can. They're really, really good. I enjoy that. But yeah, that's the dream. Wake up, let's go to, London, if I could be a Hilary Duff song, London, Paris, maybe Tokyo. Yeah, go to London for breakfast, go to Paris for lunch, and go to Germany for drinks at night. Yeah, good times. Already did that with not drugs. Okay, my man, very good, very good. How I Made says, agree, JP. I just want to drive to coffee shops and trade anytime I want and live off staking. Yeah, that. Again, all it takes is $100,000. $100,000, you put that in a pancake swap and you stake, get $100,000 a year. So $100,000 a year is more than what most people make. What most people make in the world, if you are making more than $30,000 a year, you're in the 1% in the world. Obviously, I think you guys for 15 likes. Obviously, if you are in the 1%, if you're 1% in America, that's like $400,000 a year. But $30,000 a year is 1% in the world. So making $100,000 a year, you're doing better than most people. A lot better than most people. Wes says JP acting like he can move markets. What he can. He's already moved the OMI market once, or I think maybe twice. But yeah, he's already done that, and he can definitely do that again with the amount of OMI he has. JP says, you melt into the water. Yeah, sensory deprivation tax is great. Says, nah, man, don't have that much money. Don't have that much money yet. Junior Sanchez says, I'm late, but I'm here. What's up, OMI fam? What's up, Junior Sanchez? Talking about how I have 10 million OMI, and I'm not even in like the top 5 of people that I know here. We got JP, you got Alex, you got Investor Ali, you got my friend Smooches. Did I forget anyone else that has more than me? I'm definitely missing 1 or 2 people. Cod over there's got 20. So 5 people have more OMI than I do. It just on my subscribers list. Wes says I put up 400K. I don't have that much compared with the founders and early well investors, but it's still more than most people. But yeah, so a lot of people got a lot of money in OMI, and it's a lot of money. I mean, 400K is a lot of money in general. That's a lot of cheddar right there. Drew says, I have about 10,000 tiles spread out over 250 properties. How many different properties do you think is realistic to concentrate on? And what do you think we will need to do for resource production? For resource production, what I'm hoping is just you click on your tiles. Let's say you have I'm just going to say a 750 tile block of tiles. You click on it, you mine, and hopefully it does the whole block. If not, the only reason why I think it might not do the whole block is if you say, oh, well, only 100 of these are wood. Okay, you click that. And 300 of these are fresh water. Okay, click that. That's something that I could see happening, but I don't think you'll have to do every individual tile. That would be asinine. That would be bananas. I would go crazy. I wouldn't sell half my stuff, but I would be like, this is nuts. This is ridiculous. I would not want to do that. But it depends. If it's just saying, okay, in a 750 tile property, the max you'd have to do is 8 clicks because there's only 8 resources. So let's say it takes 10 seconds. You click. Let's say 5 seconds. You click on something. It asks you what you. Okay, you're mining this much. Okay, you click. 5 seconds. So 5 times 8, figure 40. So 40 seconds per property if you have 750 tiles. Let's say that is 400 seconds for 7,500 tiles, and then let's add another 4 on that because you have 10,000 tiles. So let's say add another 160 seconds, so 560 seconds. So let's round it up to about 10 minutes. It should only take you 10, but that's if you have, plots of 750 tiles. So 750 tiles, so figure around 10 minutes. That's only if you have blocks of 750. But it would take you around 10 minutes, even if you have triple the amount of that. Let's say not all of them are, well, how many properties do you have? Okay, 250 properties. So figure it takes 15 seconds to go from one property, go back to your profile to scroll. Let's say it takes 30 seconds to do that, go to another property. Yeah, let's say 3 minutes every 2 properties. Probably gonna do, oh man, 3 minutes every 2 properties. It's be 125 times 3. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. It might take a few hours to do that, and that's just the mining. That's not including building. Honestly, it might be a mission. We might have to have people work for us, and again, that's a job. Like, hey, I can only concentrate on 5,000 tiles. Somebody else concentrate on the rest. I have 20,000 tiles. Our Realty and Guidebook Gaming, like Nameless and Tech Ops, they have hundreds of thousands of tiles. That's going to take them forever to mine. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be so much. Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe at that point I'll consolidate. I'll sell. I don't know. We'll have to see. Vishal Singh says, what other altcoins are you looking into? Well, outside of Pancake Swap, doing all that and staking with that, Ethereum, and again, this is all my opinion. I like Ethereum. I like Cardano, I like Solana, I like CRO, and I like Binance. Those 5 I don't have. I only have Bitcoin and OMI. But I would get those 5, and now definitely Ethereum, or not Ethereum. Well, now Ethereum also, but now definitely Pancake Swap, just to, the staking on that's ridiculous. So I would definitely do that. And if I don't do that, no, it's just those. Those are the only ones that I would take a look into right now. That's just me, not financial advice, not financial advisor. But for if you want me to look at any, I mean I don't know. Let me know, and I'll probably get to them eventually. If you super chat, I'll look into it tonight, and I'll let you know by tomorrow morning. I don't know why I'm playing with my hair like this, but I am. It is a new fashion. New fashion, eh? Oh, that looks horrible. It looks horrible. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna put it back in a bun. No, I'm not. But I am gonna bounce right now. I do love everyone. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so hopefully I see Loki before the chat. We'll chat about that tomorrow morning. I love you all. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. We love you. Everyone pray for my shoulder. It hurts so bad. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Okay.